Now what do we get if we add the numbers from 100 to 1,000? Okay, well, first of all, we know that if we add the numbers from 1 to n, we have n plus 1 in each pair. We have n over 2 pairs, each totaling n plus 1, so the total sum is the number of pairs times what each pair adds up to. That is n plus 1. I got a little smudge there. There's a little irregularity in the board that I didn't handle very well. Okay? And of course we could write that as n times n plus 1 over 2. That's a general formula. That's a formula for the sum of numbers from 1 to n. Now, if we want the numbers from 100 to 1,000, what's that equal? That equals the numbers from 1 to 1,000 minus the numbers from 1 through 99, doesn't it? Okay? That takes all the numbers away that between 1 and 99. The first number that's left after we subtract is 100. Okay, well, the numbers from 1 to 1,000 is a total up to 1,000 times 1,000 plus 1 over 2 by this formula. If we go from 1 up to n, we have n times n plus 1 over 2. So if we go from 1 to 1,000, we have 1,000 times 1,000 plus 1 over 2. But then we have to subtract the numbers from here to here. So that's going to be 99 times 99 plus 1 over 2. And we can easily figure these numbers out. They're easy enough to do by hand, but we could also do them using a calculator and save ourselves a lot of overuse of the plus key. Okay? So, we want to have these kinds of shortcuts. One other, if we want to add the numbers from, say, okay, similar to what we saw before, this is 5 times 1 plus 5 times 2 all the way up to 5 times 200. And that equals 5 times 1 plus 2 plus all the way up to 200. Which equals 5 times, now what do we have here? We have 200 numbers, 100 pairs, each pair adding up to 201. So that's, we'll go 200 over 2 for the number of pairs, times 201, which is what each pair adds up to. And isn't that a whole lot like the formula which we could have used to get exactly the same thing? We have n would be 200 times 201, n plus 1 would be 201 divided by 2, exactly what we have here. Now of course we have 5 times that, because each of these numbers is 5 times a number between 1 and 200, and we do 5 times every number from 1 to 200. So we multiply this sum well, this is a product now, but this represents the sum from 1 to 200. We multiply that by 5 and we get the sum from 5 to 1,000, counting by 5s. And what do we get? That's 100 times 201 is 20,100 times 5 is 100,500. I'll put a little question mark there. Check that out yourself and make sure I calculated it correctly. I don't make a whole lot of effort. I try to get things right, but I don't belabor it. I don't make a whole lot of effort to make sure things are right, as long as the process is right. I kind of leave it for you to double check my details.